Wow. It's been a lot of hard work getting to this point, building up to ModelCon 5. We work all year long on this. And I just want to thank you guys for being here, first and foremost. Everybody looks good. Round of applause for yourselves. We do a free live Zoom call, model trainings, and we do that because we like to give value. We like to start, like Fatima said, with education, and we also want to make it entertaining. We want to have fun, want to get dressed up, have a good time. But we do want to give you that empowerment as well, because when you come to events like this, we want you to walk away with more than just a good time, but the knowledge, the tools, and the resources to do what you need to do once you leave here. All right, so I'm going to bring up our first speaker. You probably all know who she is already. So this person obviously has been with me side by side, making this event come together. You've seen her on my live calls, our live calls. We put a round of applause for Fatima Irvin.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. Thank you, Chris, again. I am Fatima. Thank you. I just want to take a moment to personally thank everybody for coming out today. We really, really appreciate you and your attendance and hope that you pull something so valuable from this event. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce our panelists today. Starting with a model straight from Silicon Valley, known for her iconic tattoo in the center of her chest, and for her dynamic posing. Not just a model, though, a photographer, a stylist, everything in between. A true jack of all trades. Let's bring up Jack Meyer. But let's get the next panelist up here. Bay Area native, known for her walk across seas from London to LA, Toronto to New York. Not just a model, but a businesswoman. The true epitome of you can do whatever you put your mind to. Please help me welcome Tondalea. Welcome, we're gonna get you a mic right here.
How do you deal with the rejection overall? Because it's a part of the process, and I feel like that's such a crucial part, like how you deal with it, because I've had designers in New York where like they rejected me once and I work with them again. To sum it up, how do you handle that?
I feel like you, Tonale, may have faced a little bit more rejection. Not saying that in a bad way, but you've been, to across the seas and stuff. So how did you deal with that?
One thing you always have to keep in your mind is rejection is a way and a path for redirection to where you need to be. I was just on live with Chris, and I had a story. It was my first Paris Fashion Week, and I signed it as an independent model. And I just remember there was this man from Peru. He was a designer. And mind you, I was probably like 125 pounds, so probably 15 pounds less than what I am now. And he looked at me and he's like, sorry, I need a thinner and taller model than you. Another designer ended up picking me. He was from France. And he had me do just a small runway walk. And he loved me. Great. I'm in an outfit right before we're gonna go on, probably like an hour before showtime. And the same man that literally dismissed me, him and his assistant was sitting right on the side as I'm walking in my outfit, and they're just like, oh. You know, so sometimes like as in modeling, people have to understand you're gonna get way more no's then you're gonna get yeses, but it has nothing to do with you as a person.
I 100% agree, and I went through the same issue. I went through the same thing in New York.
Okay.
And I went to a casting, and the designer didn't even speak to me. They just they whispered to the assistant, and the assistant came over and was like, "Sorry, we're looking for people taller." Point is, I've dealt with things like that too, and again, just not taking it personally. This is one of Christopher's favorite phrases to tell me is do not take it personal. They want what they want when they want it, and if you are not what they want, they won't pick you.
I 100% agree. And honestly, at this point, like if I get a no, I'm kind of happy because that means I'm in the room and I'm there and I'm trying. The designer was like, no, I don't like your tattoo, which happens all the time. And I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. And her assistant loved my attitude so much that he convinced her to let me walk in the dress. So it's all about your attitude.
Every time.
Yeah.
Don't take it personally. Understand, like Tanalea said, it's just a redirection. Yeah. Thank you again so much. Let's give one more round of applause for the ladies. Thank you so much. You can exit to the left there. And we're going to introduce our agencies up on stage. But first, I'm going to allow Chris to come back on here.
And I'm going to bring up two more people. We're going to move right into our agency panel discussion. So let's bring to the stage Taylor Lambert. That's not all. We have another guest speaker. Yeah, you can have a seat anywhere. Another guest speaker. We're going to have our agency panel discussion. Let's bring up Brittany Treaty from Models Inc.
Thank you.
So I have a list of questions for you. I know you messaged me and like, hey, what are we going to talk about? I was literally up late like every night. Like
you're like, I'll send it to you tomorrow, and then I didn't get anything. It's like, all right, we're just going improv, baby. Let's just jump in on stage.
One of the questions here, I'll just read it straight from the card. A lot of models don't apply to agencies because they feel like they're not ready yet. They don't have a portfolio good enough yet. Is it true that the number one reasons why models don't get signed is that their portfolio is underdeveloped or just missing altogether?
No. When we're considering talent to take on, and I know I heard it up here, we're not just looking for a portfolio. Sometimes we know that there's a fantastic model, actor, an adult, or a kid who just needs that person to take a chance and say, I see what you can be. I'm gonna help you out here. We're looking for personality. We're looking to see, how they act just meeting with us. Are they telling us how we do our jobs? Or are they, conversing with us? What's their energy like? Am I, talking with them and it is dragging out every answer? Like, who are you? What do you do?
I would say countless times that happens. So I feel like the moral of this question, or the idea of this question, is don't be afraid to go out for projects, right? Whatever station you're at right now is suitable. A lot of my castings are real people castings. They just want people just literally off the street, just real people, just anyone. It's like, we're all real people.
That kind of...
So you get so in tunnel vision sometimes with industry talk that I kind of forget in a larger audience. It's just a term that means, frankly, people that haven't had a lot of opportunities modeling get jobs. And sometimes we find amazing people. They're not repped, but the agency wants to have them repped. Then we call Brittany and be like, do you want to sign these folks for this project? And they say, sure, that's fine. We can do it. So, there are lots of ways to make it happen.
Absolutely. Thank you both for being here.
Yeah, thank you, Chris.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
We're getting ready to bring up one more guest speaker before our lunch break. You've seen his videos go viral on stage, yelling at models, telling them what they should and shouldn't be doing. This celebrity photographer, a luxury brand. Let's bring up Blake Martin. I posted a videos of him in his true path,
yes,
or true passion, and there was maybe some harshness in how you were delivering that. Maybe just straightforward. People took offense. Whatever it was,
they took offense.
They took offense.
Wow.
People are sensitive. I looked
Clearly.
at it. There's some people who are gonna watch these videos and see you doing that and be like, I need to hear that. I need someone to give me that direction. But there's some people who are like, who do you think you are talking to me like that?
Well, here's the thing. As a model coach, I take the coach aspect of that very seriously. So it is my job to prepare you for where you are trying to go. I don't want to prepare you for the market that you're in or the photographer you're used to shooting with. I'm going to prepare you for how New York market, LA market, Paris market is going to treat, talk to you, and be with you. And unfortunately, it's very direct. It's very matter of fact, and that is what it is. I know in local markets, sometimes you have a photographer that says, okay, sweetheart, that wasn't the best picture. Let's try this. Let's try that. In New York, it's like, that sucked, do something else. That's just the reality. You know, you will walk into a casting and take 2 steps and they say, absolutely not, go. That's the reality of what it is. So as a coach, it is my job to train you like that so that when you get into that room, it doesn't faze you. It doesn't shake you. You're like, oh, that's normal. I'm used to this. Time to go to the next casting. But I see so many models get into the room and an agency in New York says, no, you're ugly, go home, and they're broken for the rest of the day. You don't have the time to be broken. You have 8 more castings today. But the reality is someone's gonna tell you that you're overweight, someone's gonna tell you you're unattractive, and that's just their personal opinion. You have to move forward and go to the next casting as if it didn't happen. But that is the reality of what the business is on that level.
Ladies and gentlemen, Blake Martin.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. I look forward to meeting all of you guys.
Great. So I see she's got a bag with her. So just so you know, if you guys didn't do your research, shame on you. But this is supermodel Lou Sierra. Showing you an example right now. If you don't know, now you know.
I am here to talk about modeling. Now, my esteemed, but he needs no introduction, or I'm not going to bring him back because he'll take my hour too, and probably do it very well, trust me. But he answered a lot of your questions. I'd like to focus on walks and facials, and we can talk about agents, and I definitely want to answer anything that's on your brain. But I need to start out with a couple of things. I like to sit in the back for a moment and just listen sometimes. Ladies and gentlemen, modeling is either a hobby or it's a profession. It can't be both. You cannot have feet on both sides. You really, really can't. And if you want it to be a hobby, then I need us to be realistic about that. And that's okay. It's something I have fun, and my parents, and I get to put it on Instagram, and I'm a model, and that's great. But if you're serious about it, then you should be doing your homework. You don't go into Ralph Lauren with red lipstick on, because you know Ralph Lauren likes nude and clean. You don't go into Oscar de la Renta with this huge wig on, because Oscar likes it pulled back and clean. You gotta know those things. And we are a blank slate for the client, okay? Alrighty.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lou Sierra.
I'm so proud.